Right, let me just try something. Computer, who is Airsoft Mike?
Some idiot that likes to say just like the real thing way too much.
What the? So this is the SR-33 from SRC. Now you might be thinking, hold on, don't these come in a pistol case? A black one, or even a red one, a limited edition red one? Well, you'd be correct. The limited edition ones, they're all gone as far as I know. Generally, the standard version comes in a black pistol case. But has SRC decided to get rid of all those little extras just to boost the value up a bit and concentrate more on the pistol itself? Is the pistol inside this box improved? So let me just show you around this box, and look, it's even got a YouTube logo on there, which tells me straight away this is more of a recent batch of SR-33s. So yeah, the box is definitely updated. Not sure about the pistol itself, but look, you can tell. Oh yes, very neat. So the first thing you are greeted with is this very cool looking instruction manual, and from what I can remember, nothing has changed here. It has always been this cool. I mean, take a close look at the texture on the cover. Nice. Let's have a quick look inside. Yep, pretty decent instructions. And you also get this, which, if I'm correct, you didn't get with the original release of this pistol. A very cool looking SRC cleaning and unjamming rod. And you also get a little Allen key. So we also get a full metal, wait for it, mag. Anyway, look how thin that is. You know what this reminds me of? Here, look. My beautiful 1911. Look at the mag on that. Very thin. Very similar to this SR-33 mag. Although, this is even thinner than the 1911 mag. Look. So getting back to the SR-33 mag, it is different to the original one, okay? So whether these little updates are an improvement or not remains to be seen. For example, your magazine follower, you could pull it all the way down and there'd be a little notch so you can lock it into place while you pop your BBs in on the front of the mag through a little hole. Take note, no notch, no hole. Also on the original one, I believe you could hold up to 12 BBs, but there were feeding issues if you were to fill it to its maximum. This one, I believe it's marketed now that you can only put about 10 or maybe even 11 maximum, but we'll confirm all of that during the shooting test. Now, one thing that hasn't changed is that on the base, you've got your lanyard point. And one of the complaints about the base on the original is that it was very loose. Now this one, although it has a little play in it, is not too bad at all. I only feel a slight play when I try to wiggle that, and yeah, seems okay. And of course, two of the biggest complaints about the original SR-33 gas mags was that it leaked a lot, and you'd be lucky if you get more than one magazine's worth of BBs before you have to fill it up with gas again. But again, during the shooting test, we will confirm all of that. Let's get to the pistol. Oh, she's a beauty. Look at that. It looks so authentic. Apart from the finish, I believe the finish on the real version would be more of a blued finish. But oh man, look at this. This looks gorgeous. And it looks just like the, no, actually, I'm going to try and not say that in this video. In fact, allow me to, okay? Allow me to looks just like the real thing for this entire video. So let me use up the first one now. It looks just like the real thing. I've got one more left. Right, so take a look at those grips. Oh, almost said it again, but very nice looking. Oh, and look inside there. You've got those sort of metal levers in there that will release your grips. So if you wanted to take these grips off, you would use that. And down there, that, you can see it, the lighter grey metal piece right there. Oh my gosh, here it comes, just like the real thing. That's it, I'm all out of them now. I can't say it anymore for the rest of the video. So let's take a look around this beautiful piece, but let's complete that picture first. Whoa, oh yeah. Let's get rid of the box. Let's take a look at this beautiful design, and yes, it does kind of give me a John Browning feeling about the whole thing. In fact, I'm sure that's where the inspiration came from, but look. Let's just have a look at these markings right there. As you can see, it's got the date stamp of 1942, and then right there, you've got that hammer. You know that phrase I'm not allowed to say? Well, just imagine I just said it. And look, you've got that rear sight that really sits tall on the top of the pistol, and insert that phrase I like to say. And there's your front sight. And then you have that iconic looking trigger. Now, again, on previous models, apparently that was a really heavy trigger pull when trying to fire this pistol. We'll find that out in a moment. You've got your slide catch and release. Some nice serrations going on there at the back of the slide. Again, John Browning, anyone? And you have your mag release. Now let's just quickly talk about the mag release. On earlier models, it was advisable that you press that in even when you're putting the mag back in. It even said so on the box of the original version, or the case of the original version. No such thing is mentioned on this model. And even when I was putting the mag in, it was very smooth. Nothing sounded untowards. So we'll see. So let's just flip it around to the other side. Look at that barrel. I kind of like how the inner barrel is set deeply in there. Pretty handy for movie making. So if we move over to this side, love that chrome effect right there at the ejection port. Now let me show you where the hop up is. You don't have to take the slide off to adjust your hop up, which is good. So you just pull back on the slide, and if you look just there, can you see that little hole? Yeah, that's where you would use that little Allen key that I showed you earlier to adjust your hop up. And then you have your mock extractor, and right there is where your slide stop or pin that you can see on this side is retained. Okay, there's nothing in there. Okay, so in this segment of the video, I'm going to show you how to take this down. Notice I haven't used the words bad boy in this video yet, until just then. That's another couple of words I'm trying to ease myself from. Right, so to take this bad boy down, to take down or disassemble this pistol, the first thing you've got to do is remove this clip right there, which is holding onto a pin, which is actually connected to your slide stop. Well, actually, that wasn't that hard. And I'm hoping, yeah, not bad at all. I was expecting a huge scratch to appear as I removed this. Now, I say remove, there's no need to remove it completely. Leave it right where it is, as long as it's clear from that pin, which again is really your slide stop. And then you just push your slide stop out and remove your slide. As simple as that. Let me just first show you the lower frame of this pistol. And then there is the internals of the slide. And look, there's your guide rod and recoil spring. This is beautiful. I must admit, I am kind of sad I missed the opportunity of getting the limited edition one, but believe it or not, when the limited edition one first came out, I wasn't really that into airsoft in that major way. I was still into my air guns. I still have one or two, but anyway, I'll still keep looking. I'm sure there's none available brand new. You know, the one in the red box with the nice pin and the whatever. So this anyway is gorgeous, and I'm glad I'm able to get my hands on what is perceived to be a slightly updated version to the original ones that came out. So let's get it ready for the chrono and shooting test. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that it works. Oh, nice. I must say that the trigger is not hard to pull at all, so there's an improvement. It used to have a really heavy trigger pull, but I must say it's very spongy trigger pull. Right, now remember, I only put 11 BBs in the mag. I've already shot 1, so we've got 10 left, and I normally do 8 rounds through the chrono machine. So yeah, we're gonna see how long I can keep refilling this with BBs before I have to get that gas and refill. 270.6, 280.3, 267.5, 280.3, 267.1, 279.3, 273.3, one more, 276.5, and that's pretty much what I was expecting. So you are looking at anything between 270 to 280 FPS. But remember, there is a CO2 version out there which I would suggest will kick a bit harder than that. Now at this point, I would normally get more BBs in the mag so I can do a complete shooting test or accuracy test. But because we are monitoring how many BBs we can go through without having to refill the mag with gas, as you know, I've only got 2 shots left in this, so I'm going to take the 2 shots at this target, then I'm going to refill it with BBs. Oh no, that's a nice start, okay? 1 shot there, just near the edge of the 9 circle, and 1 in that inner circle right there. Right, so now something's telling me I may have miscounted the BBs when I was putting them in the mag, because look, the hammer's gone back again, the slide hasn't locked back, so either that is a malfunction or the weak point of this pistol where it doesn't lock back, or there's another round in there, which would make 12, because I took 1 shot as the test shot, I then took 8 shots through the chrono, and then I took 2 on the target. That's 11, and it hasn't locked back. So let me quickly take another shot. Nothing. No, I knew I didn't waste my time at school. There was 11 rounds in there. I did count properly. Actually, it was my mum that taught me how to count. There was indeed 11 rounds. It's this and its failure to lock back after the last round has been spent. And let me just prove that to you. I'm just going to take the mag out. Look, nothing left in the mag. Okay, so I've reloaded the mag. It has 11 rounds back in there. I'll shoot all 11 at this target and see what results we get. Okay, as far as accuracy is concerned, I'm pretty impressed. I really wasn't expecting it to have such good tight groupings right there. Now, randomly, couple of shots went flying up there. I literally watched as the BBs got too much hop randomly and went up there. I promise you it wasn't my poor aiming. Or could it have been? But anyway, regardless, look at all the shots right there and the groupings right there. And just to give you an idea of how tight they are, here's a AA battery. Awesome. And here, look, even my two shots that are the furthest apart from each other, that one there, just on the edge of the 8 circle, that one more or less in the center of the 9 circle, even that is only about 12 centimeters apart. And again, look, even though the mag is empty of BBs, the slide didn't lock back. So far, I've used 2 mags worth of BBs and I've not had to refill it with gas yet. So that is a plus point so far. Let's see how many more we can go through. So this is the 3rd mag. Would you believe this? The slide has locked back. Wow. But did you notice? I literally only put 11 BBs in the mag, yet this thing kept firing for at least 3 more shots. There were like 3 phantom BBs that were never in there. So there's a little flaw. It keeps firing when there's no BBs. But at least it's still locked back. Nice. So that is intermittent, but at least we know it can and will lock back. So that's 3 mags so far, and I've not put any gas in it yet. So let's get some more rounds back in this. Okay, so this is the 4th mag. Oh, there you go. That has stopped. And you know what I love about this as well? It hasn't slowed down like a lot of WeTech pistols will. It will just gradually slow down and the BBs begin to just flop out the front. This just says, nope, I've had enough. I need more gas. So you can comfortably get about 3 mags worth of BBs before you have to fill it up with gas again. And just to make sure that wasn't a fault, I'm just going to put some gas in it right now. Right, let's just see if there's any BBs in there. Yeah, we're good. This baby still works. So that's 3 mags worth. Nice. So, what are my initial thoughts on this Airsoft representation of the Tokarev TT-33? Well, wait, let me just empty this mag. Awesome, it locked open again. So, what are my initial thoughts on this SRC Airsoft representation of the real Tokarev TT-33? Now, before I go any further, can you put something to bed for me, please? I've been on YouTube, and as you know, I go onto Real Steel YouTube channels, and I've heard people pronounce this Tokarev, Tokarov. What is it? Tokarev or Tokarov? Even though it looks like Rev, many pronounce it Rov. Right, so here we go. What do I think of this SRC representation of this beautiful piece? Well, in terms of how it looks, you already know how I feel. Gorgeous. What else do I love? I love how they have faithfully reproduced the grips, the lanyard points, even the serrations up here. I like that it's got the 1942 stamp on there because there were different years where this was produced. Yep, it was first, or the whole concept of this piece started in the 1930s, 1930 to be precise. Now let me get to the trigger part. Yes, the initial versions of this airsoft pistol, a lot of users were complaining about how hard it was to pull that trigger, a very heavy trigger pull. That's not the case anymore. However, it's almost as if they've gone the other way or not far enough the other way, because It's very spongy. You really don't get a nice positive click when you fire this thing. It's very spongy. Even when you release the slide for it to go back, very lackluster and spongy. So that's a couple of things I wasn't a fan of. And of course, the big positive for me of this more later model is that I heard no leaking from the gas magazine, and as you saw, you get a good 3 magazines worth of BBs before you have to even think about putting more gas in again. That is nice. If you like what you see, get down to the video description. I will have a list of different retailers that sell this product. Now, unfortunately, I can't tell whether they've got the updated version or the previous one. So what you're going to have to do is either refer them to this video or ask them, will it come in a box or a case? And that should give you an idea whether you're getting this one or an earlier model. I'm Airsoft Mike. Oh, but then again, they could start to put them back in cases again and still have the improved pistol inside. So either way, ask them, does it come in a black box with blue writing on it? Okay, and then you'll know you're getting the one that I just reviewed. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel with, guess what? Another car, 98K.